First of all, thank you for coming here to listen to the plight of the Ahmadis. Unfortunately, the way how they are treated, the way how they are persecuted. You see, we should, first of all, we should be very grateful that we are living here in the West. We have this separation of state and religion, as we saw in Pakistan. Unfortunately, not only Pakistan, unfortunately many countries, especially the Arab countries, general Muslim countries, where the state is interfering in the religious domain, especially trying to deprive people of exercising their free will to choose their own religion. Moreover, to even define what religion is, to any particular sect to define what should be your religion, how should you believe. Unfortunately, moreover, I don't know, did anyone among you hear about Ahmadiyya before? You see, we are accused. What is the Ahmadiyya? Shortly before, because we have only some minutes, I want to read something out that makes it easier instead of explaining. But the Ahmadis, we believe that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, he is born in India, in a small town, Qadian, 1835, and in 1890, he claimed to be the Messiah who has been prophesied in all scriptures, in the Bible, in the Holy Quran, in the narrations of the Holy Prophet. Peace be upon him. Now, we believe in him as we believe that Jesus was a Messiah among the Jewish. In the same, we believe Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah on him, that he was a mercy. He came as a peacemaker, a prince of peace, as a mercy for mankind. In the same sense, we believe that God raised him as a Messiah to reform mankind, to establish the link with God, and to revive religion, and in this sense, to serve mankind. That is why our motto of Ahmadiyya movement is, the Ahmadiyya Jamaat community is love for all, hatred for none. I'm of Arab origin. Maybe you think it was about Pakistan. Farouk is a Pakistani. There are some in front of him past two or three Ahmadis from Pakistan. I'm from an Arab country, originally from Morocco. And the Ahmadiyya, although we are persecuted, it is one or maybe perhaps the fast growing Muslim community in the world. It is spread in the Arab world just recently, thousands in Syria, in Morocco, in Algeria, everywhere. Unfortunately, we are now persecuted as we are persecuted in Pakistan. As I said, after this video, or after this program, we have a comprehensive report about the plight of the Ahmadis, the persecution. Everyone can come and get an example of this. He can read. As I said, there is a lack of time. I want to read something out, and that makes it easier. The Ahmadiyya community is perhaps the most obviously persecuted religious group in the world today. Though other minorities are targeted, the Ahmadiyya community is the only community which is specifically targeted by legislation through the infamous Ordinance 20 in Pakistan. It's beyond dispute that the ordinance violates the basic rights of Ahmadis to freedom of religion, which is an absolute right as guaranteed by international law. It is a toxic combination that makes normal life impossible. It prevents meaningful communal worship. Threats, violence, mass murder of worshippers in mosques, the deliberate targeting of children at school, the deprivation of people's livelihoods, the relentless daily harassment and hate speech, exclusion from elections, restrictions on freedom of speech and assembly are part of life for Ahmadi Muslims in Pakistan. And just remember, the Holy Quran, the essence of Holy Quran with regard to freedom of speech is La ikraha fi din, which means, translation from Arabic, there is no compulsion, no force in religion. The one who wants to believe, let him believe. The one who wants to disbelieve, let him disbelieve. It has to be understood how deeply these views have infected Pakistan. The media have been so intimidated that they no longer publish criticism of extremism and hate speech against religious minorities, and particularly the Ahmadis, is pervasive. I tell you something, I was listening to a show in Algeria in the evening, millions are listening, and someone said it's one of the most peaceful communities in the world, Muslim communities. And someone said in Algeria, the Ahmadis are trying to bomb a football stadium. Just believe it. The Ahmadis are not obedient to the state, although the Holy Quran itself says you should be obedient to the state. The most obedient citizen in Mecca was the Holy Prophet, although he was persecuted. We are obedient as citizens in Algeria to Algerian government, the state. They said no, they are not obedient. I continue. National and provincial governments not only fail to act effectively against terrorism and the ideological sources that fuel terrorism, but ministers have even spoken of extremist organizations. The police, security forces provide no protection for threatened minorities. They never investigate crimes against Ahmadis effectively. And the courts never convict a few terrorists who got arrested and in many instances go unreported. What happens? Ahmadi Muslims have, amongst other rights, those that basic fundamental rights. I tell you something, we cannot say Salamu Alaikum. What is Salam? In Hebrew, Shalom, peace. That's Islam, peace. Leaving the religious debate aside, Ahmadis don't even have the basic citizenship rights, which are granted to other citizens. Their daily lives have been made unbearable through this ordinance. From not having the right to vote, to not having the right to equal and unfettered education and employment. At every level, what we see, government level, judicial, civic, and through commerce, they face discrimination and harassment. I want to focus, because of shortage of time, on Algeria. In recent days, 22 Ahmadis, Algerian Ahmadis, have been arrested in Algeria, have been imprisoned, and 100 or more than 100 have been arrested. Their crime is there because they consider themselves Ahmadi Muslims. The Minister of Religious Affairs publicly accused Ahmadis of extremism and of serving foreign interests. Algeria's Ministry of Religious Affairs in 2013, he said that he received communication from the Algerian embassy in Islamabad, in Pakistan, warning them of the risk posed by the Ahmadis in North Africa. Hence, you can see how Pakistan is intrinsically linked to the persecution of Ahmadis everywhere. As last, because of, unfortunately, shortage of time, as I repeatedly mentioned, in 1800 and 1890, the founder of the Ahmadiyya community wrote a book which is called Izalat Awham. Page 169, he claimed, what is the faith of an Ahmadi? What do we believe? The gist and essence of our faith is, there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Our belief, which we hold in this life, on earth, here on earth, and to which we will continue to adhere firmly till the time we pass on to the next world, is that our spiritual leader and master, Muhammad, is the seal of the prophets and the best of messenger. Shortly, you saw what you listened. And I'm telling you, we are persecuted, and we hope the NGOs, or the human rights activists, and all others who are promoting human rights, that they can help, and they can help us in this field to remove or to relieve Ahmadis from this suffering of persecution. And that's why we are here today. Thank you.